So after 3 long years on self-improvement, I believe I finally found a formula that can actually make you stick to any habit you'd like as long as you have all these 3 variables. And it's based on my experience fully. So I know it's fucking working. And I'm gonna tell you my story where I fixed just one factor. I'm gonna tell about 3 habits and I fixed just one and it all comes to place. And the first one, X, is about my reading habit because I was struggling with it for over a year, and in reality why I couldn't stick to it and what this X factor means is that I didn't really need this habit. I was already overloaded with information, not even having enough information, but overloaded because I was watching hundreds of self-improvement videos, I was talking to people, I was listening to all these cool podcasts, I was sometimes reading books. In reality, when I hit hard on dopamine detox and got rid of all the distractions, that's when I really stuck to this simple habit. And I read for hours and hours a day now, just because I fixed this one factor. And if you think about it, you don't really need all 20 self-improvement habits, because the habits shouldn't be this mess. And over time, it does just become useless. So to untangle this useless mess of random self-improvement habits, you gotta understand what really matters to you, what will really help you. Because influencers don't know you. They don't matter because they don't understand what you actually need. It's not for fun. It's not just to be cool. It's what really will help you. That's the point of habits, because if you don't really need a habit, why would you even wanna go there? It's not your thoughts, it's not your desire. So what matters is your goal, your priority, your own values on which you base your habit. So how I use this to untangle my mess is that I decided I want to just YouTube growth. That's my priority, that's my goal. So I have a select few habits that will help me with my YouTube growth. For example, early waking up because I don't have distractions, so I can easily work. Eat the frog because I'm very productive while waking up in the morning. I'm super productive. I journal ideas because I'm a YouTuber and I need ideas, and self-reflection is basically how I learn and improve. So I absolutely need that, even though I also struggled with journaling for half a year. But now that I need it, it's easy, it's intuitive, I want to do it. It's a habit. And I'm on a diet called carnivore diet, which basically means I eat a fuck ton of meat and almost nothing else. Meat because I feel sharp, because it makes me feel better, think better, which ultimately helps me with my YouTube growth. And reading, because I can specifically target what I need to improve to YouTube and go reading on that. It makes sense, right? So what's your biggest goal? What's your biggest priority? Ask this question right now. Actionable step for you. What's your biggest priority? And cut out all the habits that don't align with it. Maybe you don't need to cold approach daily if you aren't in a season of improving your social life. So X is what habits you really need. Stick to a habit equals need a habit multiplied by Y divided by Z. So you need to need this habit. Multiplied by Y. Y is a factor basically explained as priorities are bullshit. Priority is only the way to go. There is no such word as priorities. That's fucking butchering the word. When you spend your energy towards one specific thing, you absolutely crush it. It's just math. If you do, instead of 1 hour but 10 habits, you do 1 habit but 10 hours, how are you not gonna stick to that? You're gonna think about it every day, you're gonna do it every day, you're gonna be so good at it, it can't possibly not become a habit, right? So there's also a level that is required for you to achieve in order to stick to a habit. And when you do 10 habits, it's just not possible for all of them to reach it. You gotta sacrifice this bottom few for the top habits that really matter, right? When I obsessed over reading, I made reading a habit. When I obsessed over eating the frog, I made eat the frog a habit. When I obsessed over early wake up time, I made 6 a.m. Wake up time a habit. And to really show this in practice, I was obsessing with, waking up very early. At some point, I was totally hamsified, listening to everything he said, and he was like, yeah, I wake up at 3:30 a.m. And I was like, okay, I'm waking up at 3:30 a.m. too. I did. For almost a month. And it took me a few months to get to this level because I was just focusing on one. And I got this. I was waking up for weeks and weeks and smashing my work. So there can only be one priority at a time. So what is it? What is your priority in terms of your habits? Actionable step is to actually think about it. Actually maybe write it down on a list. I think half a year ago, I already nailed this. I was like, I can't do all the habits, so I gotta pick 1, 2, 3, right? In reality, if you pick one, you will definitely fucking stick with it. Imagine going to the gym, for example, is not a habit for you, but you really want it. Obsess with it. Literally, your number one task for the day should be go to the gym. If I go to the gym, the day is successful, and that's the only thing I will think about. Go to the gym, do it in the morning, align your whole life around it. That's how you build it. Why is focused effort? The second factor is literally focused effort. Just directing all your energy towards one specific habit that you really need the most, which is aligned to your goals and priorities. And if it's all divided by Z, you're basically fucking doomed, because you can't stick to a habit if this is more than a factor of 1. If it's 0, well, it's 0, because that's how math works. And if it's 2, you're fucked. And if it's 5, you're absolutely doomed. And if it's 10, bro, why are you watching this video? Like, come on. Beware. That's probably why you're watching this video, right? Beware ego lifting. That's the factor Z. Basically, ego lifting can be easily explained as a guy who comes to the gym and sees another guy lifting 100 kilograms, basically benching 100 kilograms, and thinking like, oh, okay, I can do that too. But he never benched, he never went to the gym, he is absolutely thin, he's like a little twig, and he goes there and he dies. And even if he comes again and again and again and again and makes it a habit, he won't progress. Because the solution to actually how to get to this level is progressive overload. A guy who benches 100 kilograms didn't get there just, by being fat or something. It was a progressively overloading activity. Basically, he was doing a bit more work every single time. He was doing just a bit more work. So my deep work habit is absolutely based on that, because just, I think a month or so ago, I started doing deep work right in the morning and like extending this to like 5 hours, 7 hours, right? But in reality, I was doing like 1-2 hours, because it's not 0 or 10, 20 minutes, because I was already doing YouTube for a year. But what is 1-2 hours? Like, that's so small. So I decided, okay, well, I'm gonna do 5 hours. I didn't, because it's a progressive overload. And I was doomed with this deep work habit. I eventually even quit it for a week or so, because I just couldn't keep up with the amount of intensity. It was too much. I wasn't in a flow. The challenge was too high, the skill was too low. You gotta match the challenge and skill so that you actually grow. That is ego lifting. Stick to a habit equals need a habit multiplied by focus effort directed towards one specific thing divided by ego lifting, which should be 1. Ego lifting in terms of, yeah, I can do more, but not too much. That's what 1 means. So if you really want to stick to habit, control the motivation, and work really fucking hard on the thing that matters to you and get good results, I have a high performance coaching program where I can work with you one-on-one. You can check it out. It's top link in the description below. Click it if you're interested. Improve.